Right now we're going to write our objective, and that is to graph linear equations using slope and y-intercept only. Remember, we already talked about how to graph using a table of 3 points. Today we're only going to use these two pieces of information to help us graph. Kenny, we're taking notes, bub.
Okay.
So again, we're going to graph linear equations using slope and y-intercept only. So here's what we're going to look for, and this is the order we're going to look for it. Number 1, locate the slope. Okay, now remember, we're using this as our frame of reference. Our equations are going to be written in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Locate the slope. How could you describe the location of the slope in that formula? Give me more. Because the first thing is mx. Actually, the first thing is y. Be specific. Where can you find the slope when the equation's written in this form? Faith. Okay, but where is the m located? Be very specific. After the equals, but before x. Okay, excellent. So the slope is going to be after the equals, before the x. Okay. Now what I want you to do, if it isn't already in that form, I need you to write it as a fraction. And the reason why is we're going to use that notion of rise over run to help us locate another point on our graph. Because we need 2 points to draw a line. Okay. Next, once we've located the slope and written it as a fraction, we need to locate and identify the y-intercept. Okay. Sean, describe to me in that equation, where are you going to find the y-intercept? The general form y equals mx plus b. Where would the y-intercept be located in that equation? Okay, be specific. Okay, where is it going to be located? I like the word after. Nope. After slope says x plus b. Nope. Not after the plus sign. So remember, here was your slope, or here was your x, and right in front of it was the slope. Where are we going to find the y-intercept? Remember, I said I like the word after. After what? After, nope, after m comes x. Okay, so give me only one of those. After x. So we're going to find the y-intercept after x. And the reason why I didn't want to include the plus is because we need to look at whatever that sign is after the x is going to be attached to the b. It's not always a plus. Sometimes it's a minus. So locate or identify the y-intercept, and it comes after the x. Okay. Now, of those two, there's only one that's an actual point on the line, and that would be the y-intercept. So you're going to graph the y-intercept. And then you're going to, from the y-intercept, move using the slope directions that's your rise over run, and mark a second point. So from the y-intercept, move using the slope directions, that's rise and run, and mark a second point. Last is draw a line through the 2 points. And notice I say the word line, not segment. So you're going to have arrow caps. Pete, we're taking notes. So let's do an example. Let's say that we were given an equation and we were told to graph, and we've got y equals x plus 2. So the two things I was told to identify would be slope and y-intercept. What's the slope of this particular line? So remember, Faith said it very well. She says it's after the equals and before the x. Faith, what did you see? What number would that be? After the equals and before the x. What number?
1.
Would be 1. And then we need to rewrite it, though, as 1 over 1. Okay, what's the y-intercept, Mackenzie? 2. That's all I need to graph. You're going to draw your lines, and here's the deal. The worksheet you're going to get today has, again, all the graphs. You're going to do all your work on that. So we're going to put in some numbers. And I start with the y-intercept, which, remember, can be written in this format. So 0, 2 would be the number that I'm going to graph. So I go to where I have 0, 2. And then the slope says rise up 1 and to the right 1. And I knew those directions because of the signs. So it took me to the location of a second point, which would be at 1, 3. And then I draw a line through those 2 points. And that's what you're going to be doing on your homework tonight. Identify your slope, write it as a fraction, identify your y-intercept, and graph them.